Good morning, lords and ladies. How's everybody doing today? Just a quick update. The reason why I didn't stream yesterday is because Sunday morning my leg was taking kind of a turn for the worse. There was an infection growing, and they had to. It was getting to the point where it wasn't taking care of itself on its own. So I ended up having to go to the ER on Sunday morning, and they ended up having to lance it open, and that took quite a bit out of me. So it's the reason why I was just recovering yesterday and didn't stream yesterday. It's also going to be the reason why today's only going to be half a day, because I have to go back for a follow-up, and I have to go back every 2 days for a follow-up. So every other day is going to be like today, where I'm going to have to cut the stream a little short. And that's if everything goes okay. So they're not sure if they got all the infection out or anything. So please bear with me for this next week, maybe 2 weeks, as we kind of figure out what the next steps are. But the good news is I'm fine. There's nothing, to worry about or anything. It's just, doctor's appointments and stuff like that. It's just, just gonna be a pain in the butt for the next couple of weeks. So. Also, the reason why I switched over to the game Keplerth. Yeah, and I do take pretty good care of it. It's just they think there might be an underlying condition, which is why it keeps coming back, and that's why I'm being referred to a surgeon. If they believe it's something that's underneath that's just causing the infections to keep coming back, then they're going to go in and remove whatever that underlying issue is, which then means I'll be out for another day or two, depending on how it goes. But none of this, by the way, is life-threatening or it's just it's a reality you have to live with when you're an amputee. So but yeah, so everything's fine, but it is the reason why we're switching to Keplerth. Obviously they got me on antibiotic medicines and other medications right now. And the point where I was satisfactory, it's really technical. It's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of interweaving different things. And I just wanted to play something that I could just relax, have fun with. And Keplerth is a lot like that. It's a lot like Necessity that we played a little while back. It's just a fun game to just hang out, have fun with. And obviously I have a character. I'm not going to be using that character. We create a whole new character. Lord Cookington. I'm going to be a half elf. I looked over the races again yesterday. It's like the movement speed, and you get a little attack speed buff, but they have all kinds. So, barbarian, which is increased attack increased by 1 point, attack increased by 10%. Half elf we already talked about. Elf, just a higher movement speed. Dark elf is your increased attack speed, which is, each one of these is higher than the high elf, but orc, which is increased attack, increased defense, which is really good. Sleep is good. Mummy is really good. You get 1 health every second, which is nice. Boarman, which is like your defensive guy, gets 3 points of defense, and defense is increased by 20%. And then human, gathering speed, and eating speed are both increased by 100%, which is actually really good. That's nothing to snuff at. So, like I said, I'm going to go half elf. Sure, bro. Man. Sure, that works. Go with some brown hair. We're going to go with tough. Basically, it's 3 difficulties. Casual means if you die, it doesn't really matter. Tough means when you die, you're gonna drop all your things on the ground. Everything in your backpack. So you still keep your hotbar, but everything in your backpack will drop to the ground. And then hardcore, your death is permanent. So we're just gonna go with tough, because I will die. That's gonna happen. So we'll select that. Then we're gonna go with a new world. We're gonna go normal. And this basically just affects the difficulty of the monsters. Normally I would go higher, but you get to the point where it's really some of those bosses can get a little bit out of control. So we're just gonna go with a normal. We're gonna include monster invasions. Yeah, let's get into it. Stream world. Start it.
Hello, welcome to your new home. We have arrived at Miko Colony built by our company on a planet called Keplerth. You have just spent 273 years in suspended animation. System is now about to examine your body. Please display the lab.
Help me! I heard a faint voice calling for help. So let me break all these boxes before I go help them. Keplerth has a lot of really cool mechanics, which we'll get into. There's a whole gene thing, and it's really quite cool. I'm quite a fan, and there's very, very logical progression, which I like. So these things, Tenergy shards, that's your money. You're gonna see it up in our top left. Move all items to the backpack. And we're gonna go talk to this guy. Hello. Energy accessed. Long number is connected to the server. Request rejected by the server. Error code error. That number does not exist or has been scrapped. Putting in offline mode. Success. Combat function disabled. No, that sucks. Switch to server mode. Kind soul, thank you for saving me. Here are some supplies I found. Please accept them. Okay, well, thank you. What happened here? Activating holographic projection. Finally home. Another day with no games. Well, that's not good. It's getting dark. Let's continue tomorrow. Seems fair. Portal. Oh, hello. Cycling succeeded. Prepare to evacuate. Who are you? Ow. Man in white. Say a word. Okay, fair enough. My friend Danny and I went looking for supplies, but we were attacked on our way back. Danny was kidnapped by the Meko people. I'm worried about her. Who are you? Why would they kidnap your friend? I'm WM69. Once a robot of Meko. That sounds about right. But was later scrapped due to malfunction. Danny repaired me. She's an immigrant from Earth. I don't know why they took Danny. What about you? Are you an immigrant too? I don't know. I just woke up in a pod and I don't remember anything. What you said is true. You're really lucky. The facility has long been obsolete, and those in the pods have long been broken. Look at that guy in pod 7. He's already turned into dry meat. I'm guessing, yeah, that's 7. Goes 1 over and then across. What do you plan to do next? I want to rescue Danny. You look strong. Can you help me? My combat function is disabled in offline mode. I can't do anything alone. I'm sorry. I don't think I can beat them. If you don't want to, I won't force you. Danny's combat ability is strong. If there's a chance of escape, she'll definitely come back to find me. I'll just wait for her here. It's the only thing I can do. What is this portal key for? This key card, you can use any portal or go through the portal to Matthew's Scripts lab. The lab is in 5-dimensional space, which is very safe. Who is he? Matthew is Danny's employer. He's also an immigrant from Earth, an orc with green hair. You can get some supplies from him, but you need to provide something in exchange. He's making a spacecraft in want of many materials. Thank you. All right, so we got some stuff. Oh, he gave us some berry seeds. Perfect. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna do some little bit of gathering, punching trees, because no game is complete without punching trees. And to bring up the menu, you just hit C. But I want to get some bare bone basics. Craft that. Boom. Our little table right there. What do we need for... Oh, stone. Because we need stone. That makes sense. I want to get a stone pickaxe. So in this game, it's like a survival game. We got health, we got hunger, and we got energy. Energy is not really going to come into play right now. Yeah, we want some pickaxe. Dragging down our hotbar. And so you can look and see this ground is dirt. This dark gray, black almost, that's stone. And so right now we're making stone everything. So you grab some more stone. Because we're going to go and do a few things here in just a second. But I want to be able to pick some stuff up and stuff like that. So we also have gear down here, and then these are accessories, which obviously we don't have any. But as you progress through the game, you unlock more accessories and stuff. So, an axe and a stone club. Okay, and so now we're able to cut down trees. But I'm not going to worry about that right yet. So we're going to go to the portal next. Luckily, we don't need to build a campfire. It's already here. So this game has a very, very interesting and cool way they do their characters. Oh, wow. We already got a little house next to us. Really? All right. That's pretty close. We need a lot of these, too. Each character has its own like little private island that can jump around. So it doesn't matter what game you're in, if you use the same character, you get your own little island, and it's pretty safe. So it never gets attacked or anything. So that's kind of where we're going to be building. We're going to unlock this. Yep. We're going to say. Main base is fine. Okay. So we want to go to the uninhabited island. So we're going to rename that. This is our island. We're going to name it Camelot because, because we can. And so this is our welcome to your uninhabited island. This is the area bound to your character independent of the world. Each character can only enter their own uninhabited island. The moment your character enters any world, including the multiplayer online world, right up until they leave, all the changes you make on the uninhabited island will be saved, including the material, structures, and creatures, pets, animals, monsters, and they will follow you into another world. You can use Rockfill to expand the area of the uninhabited island, which can be made via handicraft. So, we are going to be obviously doing that and building this up as time goes on. It takes, I think, 1 dirt and 3 rock per landfill. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but we're getting 1 stone per each one of these. So as you can imagine, especially at the early game, it takes a while to get things. Once you get to the later game, obviously, when you get better tools and stuff like that, it becomes a lot easier. But at the beginning of the game, it can be kind of a pain. So, and I don't think you can have people. So this game also has something where you can rescue people and you can bring them to your village, and they'll basically give you money for your protection. Basically, is a kind of a crude way to say it. So yeah. So this isn't the only base, and I don't think you can have people in it. But there's always 2 chests. So, in those, speaking of landfills or rock fills, that's what these are. These are rock fills. And so naturally, of course, I've played this game before. I already know how I want this kind of the layout and everything on this island, and it'll a lot of times relate to the other island. So, okay. I know we're not going to need rock. Want berry seeds, want apple seeds. because food is important in this game. Obviously, you have to eat. Right. We're gonna go to here. Who are you? Excuse me. WM69 asked me to come here. I don't know who I am. I just woke up from the pod. Where's Danny? Have you seen her? Why are you holding her keycard? Danny was kidnapped by Meko. WM69 gave me this keycard. He said I could exchange some supplies from you. It's been 4 years since Danny last provided materials. 4 years for me. I knew something must have happened to her. Meko won't let her stay alive. How about this? You take Danny's place and we collect materials. I'm making a spacecraft. Need a lot of materials in exchange. Once the spacecraft is done, I'll take you off this planet. WM69 said he would wait for Danny on the spot. Let me persuade him to come and help you with me. Besides some basic repair, it's of no help, and with faults everywhere. Had it not been for Danny who stopped me, I'd have disassembled it a long time ago. To me, it's just some possibly useful materials in a waste pile. Nothing more. Aren't you friends? Friends? They're Meko weapons, enemies. Do you know how many humans they once slaughtered? Danny had many quarrels with me for WM69, but I always think it was a serious safety hazard. But no, you have just woken up. There are a lot of things you don't know. This planet is very dangerous, and even this place is not absolutely safe. Meko will find this place sooner or later. For now, the most important thing is to complete the spacecraft and get as soon as possible and leave here. And I can take you with me. See what you can do here. Also, there are some supplies on the table which you can buy if you need them. If you have anything I need, I'll also pay you. About the spacecraft. It's not something you need to worry about, but we still have a lot of technical difficulties to solve before making the warp drive. Check out the technology foundry next to you. It lists all the work you needed to complete. Please help me find all the gene balls we need and put them in the technology foundry for analysis. I'll show you how to make the engine when you've done all the work. And then we can sell things if we need to, but obviously we don't need to. So this is the gene lab. So we can get people, and they're going to be followers, and it costs 6 monster meat, 15 monster skins, wool, and bone. These are part of the genes that you get, and we will get to that as time goes on. But these give bonuses. So you want something that has good bonuses and good lines in it. That's a nice one times 2. So like this is a bad replica because these are half, and he's only got a 1.6. So, and these are all the genes that you have available. You also have access. These are all your genes, but if you hit G, this is your personal character, and this is kind of how you specialize in the game into different things. And so they're broken down 2 sections. There's knowledge, which is the right side, which is all these things, which is just this thing, and then you have all these. And there's protector, which is going to give you armor, which is Iron Man 2. There's ghost, which increases your invasion. There's shooter, obviously range. Gambler, which is crit. Thug, which is melee. Host, which is more defensive, I think, and pet stuff. Hunter is pet. Symptom looks like it's kind of like a combination, but they're big. They take up big slots. Your range damage is by 50% while it's defense. So this is going to be, something's going to go up, something's going to go down. In leader, if you have nearby people, this is what that's going to do. So that's its cool little mechanic. Is you get to fill this in, which is kind of cool. Here you can buy things. The only things that are really good to buy here, I think, are the Rifter Stones, which teleport you back home. But obviously, we don't have any money. So what we're going to do is go back to base. And it's already dark outside. Okay. And we're just going to plant some of these berries. Oh, that's apple trees. And then these are going to be... Unfortunately, we don't have any lights right now. But what we can do is this. We can build some torches. So enemies can spawn in the dark. So it's good to light up your that because that's going to give us our tiki torches. Oh yeah, I guess we can just do this. Alright, tiki torches are basically your standing lights. I don't know why it always wants to build two, but it does. Place two. So I always like to, the first thing I like to do is, okay, so we already got one right away. These guys are like, they don't usually attack. I don't know why it's attacking. But usually um, they're like a mass storage or like a void storage. Um, and so you put things in there, and then whatever you find one of those guys, you can access it. So that's kind of cool. I never really got into using it because it's kind of random, but yeah, it's not so bad. How's the sound going right now? Sound seemed a little off when I was doing some prepping. Can you guys hear the game sound okay? Hopefully it's not too loud or... Okay. And there's our first monster meat. So we're well on our way. I'd like to have done some more exploring before the nighttime. It's okay. So what we're going to be concentrating a lot on at the beginning is getting apple and berry bushes. They're very easy. You find them out in the world. We're going to do some overworld exploring because we could go down into that staircase right there, which is the mines, but we'll instantly die because we don't have the correct shot. And you need to beat things in order. Is the way this game kind of works. So our first task is to beat the overworld, which isn't so bad. And then we get into other things as we move on. So yeah, that's what we're gonna kind of be focusing on, and it's fortunately. I am not surprised there, Jeremy. So it is early morning for you, so. And again, we just want to kind of light up the place, and the more we have lit up proper, the farther we can go without spawns hitting us. Not that spawns are a bad thing. We get monster meat, and we can cook that, and that's food, and food is fantastic. We're a little light on it because we did other things. We will take this bed, though. Well, sleep is not necessary. Looks like we have another little area up here. Okay, so we just received coordinates for an infected village. That was really quick. So the infected village is where the first boss is going to be. Obviously, we want to get some armor, and we want to get a few things before we go start tackling that. But it's interesting that we already have access to it. Okay, so what we also need is wooden armor. So you'll get a first look at kind of how the armor works here shortly. Should be an armor thing right up here. That pops up. Oh no, I wanted to, yeah, go to camp, yeah. Nah. There's no mobs in here unless there are mob spawners, so there's mechanics in the game to obviously spawn mobs and kill them and get loot from them. We can also eat the cookies. Cookies are also not a bad thing to eat. Get some health back. It's 2 a.m. Daybreak hits about between 4 and 5, give or take. So as soon as that hits, we'll go ahead and walk it on out. And then the key will be for the morning is, like I said, we're gonna go exploring. We're trying to find as much stuff as we can. And this world, as far as I know, is infinite. You can go an infinite amount of ways. Okay, so the infected village is up there. You can go in. Oh, there's some buildings right there. You can go an infinite amount of ways. I don't think there's a limit. I know where we're going though. We're going right as soon as it hits daybreak. Unfortunately, I don't have any more. There's a bed right there. Okay. And sleeping does not, like if I go to sleep in a bed, it does not speed up time. What it does do is it sets your waypoint. So we're going to go ahead and set our waypoint back over here in our island because it's safe. No matter what, if this base gets overrun, which very well could, there are invasions. It doesn't matter because we have our island. So